Okay, so in my past video, I'll talk to you about reading books and the great effect it has. Like, of course, like you feel productive and you have more knowledge and you are uh, not only feeling productive but more productive. But I forgot something very important and I apologize for it. But I didn't give you any books to read, so it's kinda, kinda strange. So I'm gonna make an oral list, but then write it in the description so you don't have to shit on yourself twice. So first, one of the very important books that changed my life, and especially my social life, because well, I think life is a lot about social and the people you meet, and you'll see that, and maybe you already know that, but the people you will meet will literally change your life for the best or for the worst. So, it's another subject. So, the first book I want to talk about is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Um, this book is just magic. It's the Bible of social interaction. It teaches you how to handle people and interact with people, because a lot of people in our society don't fucking know. Like 90% of people don't know how to handle people correctly. Like they will talk about their problem, they will just neglect your thing, and especially in a especially like if you have a problem with the product, etc. You call a company and you just see like people don't know how to handle other people, and in everyday life also, like, just read this book. It's fucking like amazing. It's like the book you need to have. And by the way, this is a book I say teach, but you will teach yourself how to handle people, in the sense that you are doing it. It just tells you principle of what to do. Okay, so when you meet someone, just smile. It's better impression of you, and you read that and say, yeah, bitch, I already know it, but just practice it and you'll see the difference. And it's very important. And it's also the way to play with the feeling of importance of the person. I think you've already heard that concept because it's quite popular. Is that like everyone wants to feel important, and when you listen to someone, when you talk about what he likes, you basically feed his feeling of importance, and he will just like you more, and give you what he has to give you. Is it material or not? We don't care. Okay. Second, the book Deep Work. So deep work is, as the title suggests, a way of working which is really, which is used like 100% of your brain. Like you'll be the most productive possible. This is a book which has like very many tactics and many strategies that you can implement. You don't have to implement it all. I think it's really great for knowledge workers, for like every workers. Personally, I didn't benefit it since I'm still in high school, so my just only work is to fucking like read and journal and go to the gym. So, but I think it's very beneficial to people. I already recommend it to some of my elder friends who got benefit out of it. So it's great, and it's important because it teaches you like the dopamine detox, and dopamine detox, except from being a lot more productive, makes you a lot more happy. Like I think you don't estimate the correct value of not using your phone and stuff. It makes you so much happy. Then, yeah. So the Millionaire Fastline. The Millionaire Fastline is a really interesting book because it teaches you, or it shows you and proves you by mathematical equations, um, that the way society is structured and wants you to be is not the way to become rich. In a sense that, um, since you are little, we are told to go to school and to have a nice degree and to work, and retire at 60. And the book is all about financial freedom. So, let's not talk shit about school, even if there is some critiquable points there. But if you want to get rich, that's not the narrative you will follow. And I really like the way the author like writes. It's really pleasant to read. Um, but yeah, it basically says that don't get a job because like time is because you give your time, but just create a business because your time works for you instead of your time. Sorry. So times work for you in a business, but in a job, you work for times. So and this means like yeah, for business you have like wages like $50 an hour, but with a business you don't have it. Like you can just get really really rich really quick. So yeah, that's a great book if you want financial freedom by like 5 years. That's what the man says, and I think it's pretty good. So it's the Millionaire Fastline by Mjdemarco. It's really great. Um, then The Way of the Spearman by David Deida. It's a great book, but a book I think that you will not understand at first glance, and I did not understand fully. Um, it's as the title suggests, it's a way of the way of living of masculine man, and um, I mean, to live with the challenges you have with it. It's a really great book if you're like whoever you are. It shows you a different way of living, especially in relationships. Because like you may follow like your natural instinct and stuff, but you have some things that when you read that yourself, like yeah, this is not bad, and I've applied some of it, and it's really like you don't think too much of physical touch. I think, like for example. I talk for like masculine man, so man which they feel are more. Are, I mean, masculine man is like the man which, as put in the book, their sexual essence is masculine. So one thing is interesting in the book is that you learn that you can change the mood of your woman actually, and when she is mad, you can play with physical touch and stuff, and like get her happy, and it's kind of like magical. But it's also come with the acceptance. I think you have to accept a lot of challenges that make you into a great man to live a great life. And even I myself didn't accept it also. But you have some things, and it will sometimes feel frustrating reading this book because you're not doing the good way, but it's really really a high value book, I think. Then we have the 4 Hour Work Weeks by Tim Ferris. So this is a great book. As for the Millionaire Fastline, the objectives are the same. However, like in the Millionaire Fastline, Mjdemarco defends the way that yeah, in the first year of your business, you're gonna work like a slave, 7 days a week, and in the 4 hour work week, is the total opposite. He says that you can generally start a business with like 4 hours of work a week, just like the title. I think both books have complementary value in a sense that you need to have the knowledge of the Millionaire Fastline to know how to navigate things and make your business. But the knowledge inside the 4 hour work week is great because you like reduce your business hours, and your working hours because like he just tells you how to eliminate like the mass things like for example yeah emailing you can reduce that a lot. And even if the Mjdemarco criticizes the 4 hour work week, I think there is some added value to it, but it's a huge book, so I won't tell you if you want to like if you want to get rich, like begin by the Millionaire Fast Line. It's really incredible, great work, and it will teaches you how society influence you to get retired at 60, instead of 30. Yeah. What book there? Okay. So the author Ryan Holidays made 3 books like Stillness is the Key, Ego is the Enemy, and Obstacle is the Way. It's the book according to Stoic philosophy, and quite surprisingly enough, I think this is quite childish in a way that we can refer to the to the Jigga Chadman and yeah, like don't breathe, it's a waste of time and stuff. And I think in a sense that uh, Stoic philosophy is more like you have your conscious for yourself, your consciousness for yourself. Um, for example, if someone have like really difficult situation, like for example, if you learned that you have like a brain cancer at age 28, you just say to yourself, okay, I have my consciousness, or if something if something like horrible happened to you or your family, you say, okay, but I still have my brain, I still have my consciousness for myself. And I think it's all the essence of stoicism. And even if like the so I have only like ego as enemy and also is the way, and I think there is some value in it, like there's something you can take, but ev- if you apply everything, like it's really like yeah, alpha male, masculine, look at my, but it's great in especially in work value. I think also because like it taught you how to not like waste your time and just go to the objective without being interrupted. I think it's a more motivational book. Like it gives you motivation to act, to do stuff. So yeah, it's great. So then I have Atomic Habits by James Clear. Really great book. So as it says, it's about habits. So and implementing your habits, and it's great because it teaches you things you didn't thought about. Like for example, changing a habit is not like doing something new when you wake up, on a new day. Um, it's more like changing your identity. Like for example, if you want to go to the gym, then stop seeing yourself as a video game as a gamer. Sorry, but see yourself as an athlete, and you'll go to the gym because it's your identity, So yeah, kind of great in that sense. Wait, I have to think. Oh, okay. So next great book, Psycho-cybernetics by Dr. Maltz. So it's really really great. So yeah, it's just here, like up. Psycho-cybernetics. It's a great book about how you can influence your behaviors, um, and influence your behaviors in a good way. And it's the book that started all the law of attraction and positivity movement, because actually your body reacts the same to external events and to internal events, in the sense that if you imagine yourself in an erotic scene, you get hard, or if you imagine yourself in a fighting scene, you want to fight, So it's kind of the same principle. Like stop bitching on yourself and like stop thinking bad, because if you think bad, then you only just feel bad, and then actually you can really really easily switch to good memories. And when you switch to good memories and positive self-image, then you just act accordingly. And if you see yourself as someone who is social, who has status, who is hardworking, or who is whatever the value you want, I don't care, then you'll just do it. And it's a really, really great book to that. So I really, really recommend it. But before starting it, I would suggest meditation. Meditation is very important in that sense that this book asks you to do visualization, and at first it's hard because it's not comfortable to like sit, 10 minutes nowadays on a chair. So yeah, and